We've had an interesting query from one of the designers at Country Mile Gardens in the US, who asked the question that if I have an existing symbol for an existing tree, as I have a couple of them here, and if the existing tree here has a very large canopy, and let me just pick it now, and we scale that symbol to more accurately represent how things will look, and we then unselect all, can you see that the filled symbol, which is a filled circle rather, that is usually used to denote an existing tree, becomes far too large, and we're asked what would be the best approach. You could make some new symbols, I think, which are wider, but I think dealing with it on the fly is a lot easier. Just pick the symbol and edit the block. Pick this little circle in here and simply make it, having scaled it to the size we want, we can then close the block editor, and now we can see easily what's going on under it. That symbol is an open one, so-called existing 4, becomes a little trickier, and by the way, you might want to, and in editing that symbol, you might want to make the line weight of the outside of it a little lighter. Let's just do that again. Edit the block, grab here, and we'll just drop that one down to say, well, we'll put it back to the default one, and we'll close it, and there we have our, so that's not really interfering in any way. It gets trickier with something like this one. If we scale it up the size we want, imagine that it hangs out some distance. Now we unselect all. We need to edit that one in the same way. The central zone there doesn't look too bad because I think it started a much smaller one, but I'd be inclined to adjust the transparency because you really do want to be able to see through it. So let's edit it. We could pick that little circle and make it a little smaller, whatever suits. Pick this one and then change the transparency. Let's drop it by half and set it, and maybe change this back to 0.3, then escape from there and close the block editor, and there we have the effect we want. So I think that's doing things on the fly is perhaps easier, and I'd be inclined to operate the same way in this symbol here. So I hope that offers at least some suggestion.